that want to play spoiler, this is where they start to do so.
I'm on the Chaos bracket with Johnny in my heart, with Guild winning this, trying to just mess everybody up and playing that spoiler role. However, Evil Geniuses to me look like the better team, and chat, they do tend to agree with us a good few times. Nice to see Guild though back at this level. CRR, what a difference maker he has been.
Yeah, he's been absolutely incredible. Guild look better than ever. This is the team that until recently couldn't qualify for these events. And then in the last one, I believe they qualified in their 4th series, and then this time they qualified in 3. So getting stronger and stronger, slightly below that top 16. But now this is where they really want to be. On the biggest stage of all, the RLCS in EU. Maybe a chance of sneaking into the major, but more likely just here to try and ruin some other people's day. Can they ruin Evil Genius's day? I'd say they look quick already. Guild look fast.
Yeah, Guild are already on the offensive, and Devo opening up that scoring in 40 seconds. And that isn't just good news for Guild fans, it is good news for Endpoint fans as well. Typically, they've been butting heads, but now Endpoint need Guild to win. If they do, then Endpoint just need to win their series, and they are major bound. So that goal must have erupted the blue offices over at Endpoint HQ.
I mean, as Johnny said, on the pre-show, as that one almost sneaks in from Rizex, Evil Geniuses remind us how dangerous they can be. Every single team is going to be watching these games. They'll be hoping that one team or another wins. And as you mentioned, Stumpy, in this case, it's Endpoint rooting for Guild, which, you know, these two have had some battles down the years themselves, so it's pretty rare that that's the case. So they'll be happy with how this first game has gone so far. And it's a really good start for Guild. You can see why in these qualifiers, and even, you know, when they get to the big stage, why they're suddenly seeming so dangerous.
Yeah, CRR, the fact he rocketed that past Central and Devo was already waiting. I love that ambition. I love the idea from him to be able to do that and moving up so confidently. It's something we saw from Devo back in the day, and he's been doing less so as we've seen him move on through the tournament. But great block away from Catalysm. Ivan to follow up. Now Catalysm in the midfield, going for the 1v1. CRR falling back behind his second defender. Great idea, because then he can just receive that flick.
I mean, I'm loving the confidence already that Guild are playing with. They are pre-jumping everything. They're trying to outpace Evil Geniuses, and so far it's being very effective as well. You can see that they just seem to have the read on their opponents. They're matching everything, and Nolly, he is just so involved. The amount of double touches he's got, although he has lost control of the ball there. Ivan has a chance to get a flip reset. CRR has missed it, but Catalysm wasn't expecting it. Has to just completely reverse to let Rizex in, and it remains 1-0 Guild.
Not something you want to be seeing on the offensive side, lining up to take turns like it's a penalty shootout. However, that's exactly what Evil Geniuses just put up against the Guild defense. And Guild versus Evil Geniuses has historically gone the way of EG every single time, slash, you know, back in German Amigos days. Guild are yet to beat them. So far, they have gone unbeaten versus Guild. Evil Geniuses do not want that to change now. With the zero boost air, Jubal Catalysm does put pressure on the net. With boost steals coming in too, the weakened defenses, the wall starts to crumble for Guild, but are they able to push them back?
Evil Geniuses are slightly more controlled as a team, and they're just starting to wrestle the control for themselves and manipulate this ball where they want it to go. Guild's defense is starting to stretch as CRR goes up for a 50-50 challenge with Rizex 45. It's good play though from Guild. Managed to survive the first foray forwards from Evil Geniuses. Look at how they turn defense into attack right there. Here's Catalysm, another flip reset, but there was a backflip before the finish would have been made.
What I love about that idea is that Catalysm faked going for the pass initially and then dips under it to get the flip reset and then goes for the pass secondary anyway. It just draws the defenders away, and Guild dealt with it magnificently, but that idea and that ingenuity may well be the difference maker. With 90 seconds left though, Guild, they are looking good.
Oh, that was an ugly touch from Nolly. He reversed for it, and I'm not sure that his hit into the center did too much good for Guild. It was defended there. That's a lot of good for Guild, though, from that flip reset. Devo's following up, but it's all from the flip reset from Nolly.
We always looked at him to be that mechanical maestro, and he does so again. The double commit with Rizex following up behind Catalysm makes it an easier target for Devo to score. That's his second goal. And Guild, with those two, with only a minute 20 left, they're looking good to win game number 1.
Yeah, 2-0 up and good for it as well. Not been too many signs of danger from Evil Geniuses, although they have had 7 shots. My maths deserted me for a second there. Just like Devo's touch almost deserted him, but it ends up absolutely perfect. It's going to be 3-0, and it's going to be game 1 to Guild.
What a good-looking Guild we're seeing today, where I'm going to be honest, I didn't really anticipate them to look this great. But Nolly, he's got a fully open net to just tap that ball in off. CRR does technically pass it along, but he had the idea to go for the long shot. That's 3 for Guild. Evil Geniuses looking quite flat.
They do. It looks like the pressure is just starting to get to them. I mean, they've been here before, like I said, at the top of it. You know, they had one more series to win to make it in full, and they couldn't do it. And they need to do a lot more than win one series here today and going into tomorrow as well from this lower bracket. Oh, I thought that was in there from Devo, who's really seemed to be having a lot of fun getting on the end of his more mechanical teammates' touches. You know, he is the man that they want to be there, and he is the man that is there. And then defense, when you got CRR, who's just so comfortable coming off his own backboard, they're looking like a pretty good unit right now, Guild.
Yeah, I mean, working around each other so nicely. And Gregan saying that CRR is the best player Guild has ever had is something that I think is a massive claim, considering that we would once put Guild with 2/3 of their current roster at the top of Europe is huge. That defense again from CRR coming in clutch, and again with the sidewall save. Double shots, double saves, still 3 goals separating these two teams. Finally, Rizek shoots top corner, but burning off that time on the clock was vital.
It was vital for this first game, but I'd say for the series, as far as EG go, that goal is vital for them as well, because I said about a minute and a half ago that EG haven't been doing too much. They've had a few shots, but not really made Guild look like they were going to concede in any second. The last 20 seconds or so, that changed. Guild looked like they were living a charmed life, and the fact that Rizex has broken the deadlock for Evil Geniuses, it'll give them a sigh of relief as they go into the second game.
That's one step of many for Guild on their way to LA. It's a long way from London, as I'm sure we are all aware. Cole, how many steps?
786,003.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is step number 1. Let's keep step count going. Guild with a 3-1 victory as well. Couple of goals in it, and CRR, despite getting no goals, sitting top of the table with points. He was instrumental everywhere on the pitch.
Yeah, involved in absolutely everything. I mean, he did have a goal stolen there by Nolly, which gave him one of his assists. But, I mean, that just shows the good vibes in the Guild team, you know? It seems like a silly thing, but if you think about when you're playing ranked with your mates, if your mate's in a bad mood, you don't steal their goal. If they're having fun, you steal it, right? That blends down, that bubbles down all the way to our level. So the fact that they're doing that, they are clearly enjoying themselves. And Guild is starting to turn into a team that others are going to fear again.
You'd hope so for them, considering the caliber of player that Guild have put forward historically, and as I said, near the top in Europe when we said they're going to be challenging BDS for that number 1 spot, and then just the most rapid drop-off we have ever seen in Rocket League. I'm excited to see their journey back, and this may well be one of the many steps on that journey. EG, they're currently standing in the way of them, however. Going down by 1 game, it's not the end of the world if they lose this series. It just means that no longer will they be the ones in control. They will no longer be at the helm of their ship.
Good start for Guild, that 3-1 victory. EG are going to come forward in a big way, though, as Catalysm puts that one to the backboard. It's so nearly in. I mean, he's such a dangerous player, Catalysm. He didn't get too many chances to show it in that first game, but he's getting involved now. Looking more and more dangerous as time goes on as he goes to the ceiling, beats Nolly, can't quite get that second touch, but Ivan's coming in, but charged down by Devo, and that's what you want to see from the old master, and it makes up a chance for Guild to make some sort of counter-attack. It's not quite gone in, but a few dangerous moments for both teams in the first minute or so.
Devo to the sky, challenges versus Rizex, who can tap it into the corner where Nolly is already lurking and waiting. Tries to go for that air dribble, isn't able to, and Catalysm around the side of 1, picks up the 100 boost, sees Rizex central, who goes for the bump. CRR, though, fends off 2 attackers.
Nolly's going to try and keep the attack going. Keep the defense going for Guild, but Catalysm is keeping the attack going for Evil Geniuses as Ivan steams into the ceiling. A good pass there for Rizex. Clever play from Evil Geniuses. Still defended by Guild. Evil Geniuses took a little while to get going in this series, but towards the end of that first game, they really made things happen. That's where we find ourselves in game number 2 on Forbidden Temple. Rizex to the corner, going to leave that one for Ivan. To the backboard he goes, but Devo charges it away yet again.
Catalysm slowing that ball down. Nolly, though, removes him for that sin. Nolly to tap over the crossbar as well. Sets up Devo, who just shoots high.
Catalysm's going to boom that one away as far as he can. I thought for a second that there was going to be a huge 50-50 coming in from, I think it was Devo, who was just watching that clearance come. but instead decided just to wait, just to let Evil Geniuses play out a little bit so they can build up some boost, retreat to their barracks, and then come back much stronger. And when this man is on the ball, CRR with that boost, that is where they have peak strength. Good pass, attempt there from Nolly. But Devo shows his wisdom and turns it down. I feel Stumpy like Guild's just starting to get back into the second game now after a slow start.
Yeah, I think they're starting to stretch the defense of EG quite thin, where Ivan there, not an issue by any means, but look, Rizex rushes onto the ball, and a few chances where you'd see somebody from EG slow down, take the touch. Guild are instantly challenging, but Ivan round the side of 2 changes the fate. Devo gets dunked, and Catalysm removed from the pitch for it with CRR back corner, 100 boostable, flies to Devo. CRR meets it mid-air, but Catalysm with a miraculous interception.
An absolutely massive demo earlier on, and it almost led to that redirect. We saw a beautiful redirect at the top of the show from yesterday's plays of the day. Not quite able to happen again, nor was that hit off the backboard from Nolly, but he's getting a lot of clean touches. I feel like Evil Geniuses need to be a bit less pragmatic in defense and a bit more aggressive and attacking and try and take the fight to Guild, because they are getting way too many clear touches for my liking.
With 1 minute 50 left, Evil Geniuses have held off the offense from Guild so far, with very few chances of their own as well. They've had 3 shots in total, somehow more than Guild actually, but the midfield pressure certainly falling the way of that organization that we've looked at previously. Devo center to nobody though, and Rizex onto the backboard, just stretching, desperately trying to get the ball away.
That's the second time we've seen a beautiful infield pass from Guild, just fall a little bit behind, and when you're not taking those chances and moving that second man forward, eventually it can backfire. Evil Genius is trying to make that the case. Still not quite scored it. How does this one remain 0-0?
There were chances there. I think Catalysm shied away from it, maybe got the call from his teammate, but I think Catalysm maybe could have scored there. Maybe the boost just didn't fall his way. A minute left though, sees Guild wanting to push as much as they have been for the first, quite frankly, 3.5 minutes of this game.
It's going to be a question of who takes that first risk. We have seen some beautiful Guild infield passes, but Evil Geniuses, more of a slow, considered approach. They want that boost, they want that ball, they want to go solo. As Ivan has to dodge a Nolly bump and a demo, Rizex is on hand in the goal line. Guild coming forward now, trying to make this their moment, but one pass out from Evil Geniuses give them a chance as well, and the save can't be made.
Rizex manages to sneak it past that back line as Ivan sends it to him. Unmarked, unfound, unchallenged, and an unrivaled shot. EG with a goal. 36 seconds remaining. That lead, that's going to mean that they don't have to worry about the reverse sweep in these early Saturday's best of 5s.
Catalysm's going to put that one forward, trying to keep the pressure on Guild, but CRR does have a clean hit. Really well read by Catalysm. Can you get a touch here as well? Not quite. Nolly comes in. Guild just burning their boost right now, not able to do too much with the actual ball, especially when Evil Geniuses are beating them for pace in their own half. This is not what they want to see. Great play, though, from Evil Geniuses. Devo tries to take control of the situation, but Rizex is up so quickly. Ivan just waiting. Every Guild touch is falling to a blue player. Eventually, surely something's going to give. It's going to be 2-0 at the end of the game. Is it not quite here? Nolly tries to keep it up, but surely Evil Geniuses can kill it. Ivan puts it towards the Guild shot tank, though. An interesting touch.
Yeah, very brave to send that high. CRR still keeps it high off the save too, but with Rizex faking it or touching it, that ball was hitting the floor before a single orange body would be able to stop it. Evil Geniuses, game number 2 on Forbidden Temple, with only a 1-0 victory though, with a goal that came late. The shots, they racked up so much at the end as well, where they finish on 10 in total for EG after what to me felt like a really strong Guild push time and time again, but potentially Evil Geniuses just holding them at that midfield and shutting down threats before they were registered.
Yeah, I mean, it was much better defending from Evil Geniuses after that first couple of minutes, when I do think they were sitting back a little bit far. I have been impressed with Guild. I've been particularly impressed with Nolly, I think. I think he's looking like his old self. He's fast, he's speedy, he's wanting to take control of the situation. My only critique for them is that we had those two infield passes that were really good. You know, I can see why Guild turned them down because it was a risk, but I think against Evil Geniuses, when they're defending as deeply as they were at the first half of that game in particular, you have to take that risk at some point. They lost their initiative. Eventually, Evil Geniuses wore them down, but it was a definite chance for Guild.
Yeah, for sure. And this is going to be Chance for either of these teams to secure the second game in the series for themselves in game number 3. One apiece currently, 2 more. The winner moves through the bracket, and they have the honor of playing one of the losers from our upper semi-finals. So Catalysm starting off with a bit of possession, 50s at midfield, but the ball falling so nicely to Devo, something that we saw a lot happening from Semper yesterday that Guild managed to shut down beautifully, was those opportunities to go for the 50s, where Archie had them fall time and time again in favor of his teammates. So maybe Guild learning by osmosis in that regard.
You're always watching, always studying a team like Guild. Nolly up to the skies, but it's just going to fall towards Catalysm. Good touch into the corner there. A little bit risky. Devo's steaming in, but Ivan just about does enough to put him off, and now Catalysm can be the bully. He can really try and take control. I mean, we haven't seen it too much in this series, Stumpy, but Catalysm is Evil Genius's biggest weapon when he does have that control of the ball.
Yeah, I think he is, where Catalysm, he's got a good head on his shoulders, I think we can say, where he seems to be quite level-headed in a lot of situations where maybe Ivan and Rizex are a bit more erratic and they'll start then chasing the ball. Catalysm has a bit more, I'm not going to say maturity about him, but a bit more well-thought, put-togetherness. He's a thinking man, as we were very happy to be able to chat to him previously. I think it was part of the grid back in the day.
Good overtime, mate. Good times.
Yeah, good overtime. Wonderful time. I've been impressed, as you said earlier, Cole, with Nolly. A minute ago, when you were talking about Catalysm, he was just flying around the pitch, looking so confident with the ball and just being able to recover in such pretty ways. I think to me shows that he doesn't feel clunky today. He doesn't feel like he's not being able to play at his best. And that's something that we've wanted to see from Nolly for a very long time.
Yeah, well, a player like the one on the ball right now, he is going to elevate everybody else around him on the pitch. CRR has brought so much, and now that's the confidence that it gives to Nolly. As he goes to another one of these double taps, it doesn't quite work out, but look at the pressure that it brings. Catalysm charging forward through the fire and the flame to try and get a touch on the ball. Has got almost no boost. 2 Guild players charge him down. Ivan can't connect. CRR's there. It's a little bit off, all the defense and the attack, but it's no goal.
There were opportunities, though. Guild want to have one final one they can put away, but Rizex flicking high is going to shut down that phase of play halfway through the game. Chance for CRR to get the long clear. Instead it falls to Devo after that whiff. You have to think in that situation, though, Guild, get the goal.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've thought that this series either. Catalysm going to try and do the opposite for Evil Geniuses. Ivan wants to challenge Devo, but leaves him to it. So what can Devo do? Does he have enough boost to play with the ball? Not really, but he can just about ping it to CRR, who is on a slight pre-jump and then wanted to do something with it. A little bit of back and forth right now. Things have slowed down a little bit. I think they're all trying to play solo, but nobody's quite connecting with their attempts.
Chance for Catalysm to play as a doubles team, and it works out. Ivan slotting that ball bottom right.
Devo's clearance was just towards Catalysm. We talked about his maturity, his ability to think things through, and he thought where Devo is putting this one was in that corner, and then he thought the perfect play would be the assist. Great play there from EG, who take the lead.
It's a great shout to say about that they were going for those solo plays time and time again, just to lure a defender or two out. And in the end, it comes down to the doubles play actually being the difference maker. Ivan wants to try and connect as much as he can off that backboard as well. But look at this 3-man press from Guild. Devo, though, lets the ball roll a little bit too far, and so the pressure is relinquished.
Ivan puts it high. Nolly's there, the great touch to the ceiling. Devo's coming in. He can't quite get a read, but he puts it on a plate for CRR.
It's open.
Catalysm reads it. Ivan, he tries to just dodge past the ball and then fake it out. A lot of thoughts going through that man's mind right there as he tried to manipulate himself a chance.
He had no boost, unfortunately, so couldn't quite wrap himself round it. But Guild leaving that back end open is a worrying look for the future. They can't keep doing it because EG, they're going to have boost one of those times.
This is how series can go when one team is slightly more experienced, slightly more highly regarded, where Guild can surprise their opponents. Maybe when their opponents have control of things, they can just see away these 1-0s. There was a 1-0 in the last game as well, don't forget.
No boost again for EG with about 50 between them. Guild were on about 300, and yet the press continuing from Evil Geniuses means that Guild weren't able to work their way out of their own half. Just brilliant movement.
Yeah, I mean, EG, they do not have boost control. That is one aspect of control that they do not have. This is a pure defensive performance, challenging Guild to keep coming onto them, saying, we'll just boom the ball away. It's fine by us. 30 seconds left. We can do this all day, lads. Question is, are they correct? CRR tries to fake out Ivan, and it falls to Nolly. How desperate will he be just to have one more chance in the last 20 seconds. This one may be going the way of EG, but that is a huge assist. CRR's coming in, but what a save from Catalysm! From the backboard, he falls on the ball, and Guild unbelievably remain 1-0 down.
10 seconds left. That was maybe their only chance, as EG want to keep it in the orange side of the pitch with Nolly to Devo. CRR can nearly tap it on. 0.1 of a second, though. The ball bounces. It stays up. It's centered. Rizix, though, with a nose to it. Flies it to Catalysm. CRR, though, 30 boosts on this backboard. Is able to keep it high. Falls nicely to Nolly. Finds CRR. Now Devo, look at him just lurk, waiting for the ball to land in a nice position. Doesn't, however, as EG secure game number 3, and they go 2-1 up in the series.
They are so close to guaranteeing their place in the top 6, Evil Geniuses. Just one more game away from surviving in this split and getting past the first hurdle they need to make it to that major. But I'll tell you what, Stumpy, they need to practice their drop shot, because there's been twice when they've been 1-0 up. Beautiful game management to take it to 0 seconds. And then instead of slamming the ball downwards or faking it, they've just hit it to where a lingering Guild player was waiting for it. So keep an eye out on those 0-second moments. But apart from that, it's beautiful game management from Evil Geniuses.
Oh, that save that came in, though, from Catalysm on the goal line, just to block it out with 16 seconds left, and just holding that line and picking the spot and throwing your car at it, meaning that that goal didn't find its way in, it's a brave move. It worked out incredibly well, and Catalysm, the savior of that game. Game number 3, though, over on Utopia, is going to have EG fighting to work their way into just further through this bracket and further through the position that may well secure them a major spot.
It's game number 4, mate. There's been 4 of them. It's going so quick. The Rocket League is so good. I know, it's crazy. Potentially in this best of 5 going all the way. If Guild can win this one, and they are coming out of here with fire and brimstone, going for the demos and trying to get some of that game 1 pace, which does seem to have slowed down a little bit in the last couple.
The aggression from Guild started to build up towards the middle and the end of that previous series, but EG were able to keep the goal out. If they do keep getting demoed, a CRR gets a bit of boost and flies straight at the net of Evil Geniuses, that's what they're going to be having to defend against nicely. And it's a really hard position to find yourself in too.
That is such a shame. CRR, his first touch, pinging it up for himself, then forcing a pinch off the ceiling. Such a clever play, and as I'm talking about him, he gets demoed, and then Nolly avenges his teammate.
Oh my God, Nolly.
He's now flying in, then there's a double commit from CRR and Devo. Everything's just gone a little bit scrappy for a second. Which one of these teams is going to be the first one to just really wrestle back this control? Is it going to be Nolly? He goes over the top. Rizix is there. Great clearance from him. Good pace as well from him.
The thing is, something about taking that boost control means that you can be a little bit more free with it. You can then use 50 to try and demo your opponent. If you have that control, it makes it so much harder for your opponents to get out of the way. And it means that they've got another threat to worry about. It's not just about the aerial game. It's about not feeling safe on the ground.
Someone's going to go high. Rizix up in the air early again. But Nolly, I feel like we've seen a few challenges between those two in the sky. Really an ego thing. Who's going to be the first to this ball? Either letting the other one win that particular race. But Evil Geniuses are winning the battle for positioning right now as Rizix goes to the backboard. Devo can't do anything with it. That would have been so risky had he got a touch. And in the end, a smart decision to leave it.
Ivan up in the midfield, though, with no players on the blue side committing. It leaves it to Rizix with 100 boost, though. Sends it far with CRR on the backboard. He's going to be able to save that one away. You're not going to be giving up too many of those backboard plays, but I like the fact that the attacking player just stayed low in case CRR on those rare times does miss. With Devo shooting high this time. Catalysm can clear it on the left-hand wing. Gets it past 2 players, though. CRR makes it fall dangerously midfield. And it seems to be the ball just flying around a little bit erratically in this pitch at the moment as Guild want to hold on to this series. Great demo from Ivan on Nolly. Opens up that backside.
Oh, Rizix is trying to beat CRR in the race, but CRR was there. Good play from Evil Genius is trying to turn this screw, trying to win this series, trying to sneak it in the net. And Ivan somehow manages it.
Unbelievable. The way that Ivan just slows down and lets, I think, Devo fly past that ball, making him look like a numpty. Brilliant play, squeezes it in bottom left corner. Ivan, the lead for Evil Geniuses and potentially a game-winning lead.
You have to be a pretty good player to numptify Devo. Not easily done. because Evo is going to try and keep coming. It was a shot from him there, but look at the save, look at the clearance, look how it sends Guild back. All their boost, all their territory was worth nothing. Good pinch there, Catalysm under. It's the backboard he goes and chases it well as well. Nolly's reading him. Nolly in the air is still, I'd say, Guild's best outlet. He's just looking for that clean touch.
Yeah. And tell you what I love about looking at Nolly in this is he's gone for that Cuxit pinch a few times, and that one was on target and was at speed. If EG have to be worried that Nolly's been practicing them and that he can get a Cuxit pinch on target, they're not going to be able to send any player as far up as they want to. It nullifies them on offense with the way that Nolly is able to shoot. I love that idea. It's so smart. It's so 400 IQ to go for them consistently and just threaten that could come at any moment.
We are on the cusp of 3 1-0 victories in a row for Evil Geniuses. Shogun, if you're out there watching, mate, it's such a shame for that first game that Guild won, because it would have been your dream series happening in the RLCS, the 1-0-1-0-1-0, but that dream is dead. Guild hoping their chances in this series are not dead, but they have to equalize and get their first goal in 15 or so minutes of Rocket League as well. They have been completely made toothless by this Evil Genius's defense. On goal could change that though. CRR of the redirect. He tries to put it over the top of Ivan and Catalysm, but they just watch it go above.
Yeah, nice idea from CRR just to wait upfield a little bit. Ivan has to touch that one back to Catalysm. Uses a lot of boost. Does manage to work around the side of CRR, sorry, of Nolly, however. That pinch errantly flies towards the orange goal. Devo gets the post pinch away this time. 30 seconds remain. Evil Geniuses, they may well be the benefactors of some defensive errors.
Nolly is charging into Rizek's. 25 seconds left until Evil Geniuses keep their major hopes alive. Can they put the cherry on top now? Catalysm versus CRR. It's saved to the side. Devo around the corner, desperate for a goal, but Rizek's is coming in. Just look at the pressure the Evil Geniuses are putting on Guild. A double commit, though, could open things up, depending on this touch, though, from Rizek's, but it's too good. Evil Geniuses see it away.
I like seeing that player cam as well, with the 3 players in the EG HQ hanging out together, leaning over, getting those fist bumps, and knowing that this series is done. Evil Geniuses, that is one pavement stone on the way to Golden Lands in LA. That is a really good move for them. They had a chance of making it in 7th to 8th. There was the opportunity that they wouldn't need to win this series necessarily, but working through into that top 8 and looking brilliant as well.